Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode, we're doing brake pads and rotors. 2002 Ford Escort ZX2. Should be the easiest set of pads I've ever done. All right, some tools we're going to be using is the new brake pads, rotors, some mechanics gloves, 17 millimeter screwdriver, ball peen hammer, 17 millimeter box wrench, needle nose, this little small screwdriver, some brake cleaner, WD-40. I did the passenger side and look at these. I mean, it's like paper thin. There's nothing left on there. All right, let's get started. All right, this is the new side, new rotor. Look at that jewelry. And look at those new pads. Super nice. Next, first thing we're going to do, we're going to turn this whole wheel, front wheel, to the left. Just give us a little easier access to work on. So, first thing you do is just kind of push this screwdriver in here and press that caliper back in place. You don't really need no fancy tools or anything. This thing's pretty rusted, but just little by little, we're gonna get that caliper to compress. So you just keep working with it a little bit, and this is the actual caliper, and it just slowly goes in there. Just do this, little by little. Try to do it even, and then just get it all the way pressed in so that this is flat. So we have the caliper all the way in, then we have these clips. This system here has two, this like long straight clip and then this top one. So we're going to remove this one here first. Kind of want to be careful because we are going to reuse this. All right, so this bottom one should be able to pull right out, and that's it. That's your safety clip. So next is the two pins. We're just gonna knock these out, and really should use a punch, but I couldn't find one, so I'll knock them out with this. Watch that brake line. Come out pretty easy. And we'll leave them about halfway so that this part here is still hanging on. But we can probably get this. Okay, so see, this clip here fits in the top of the brake pads themselves. It's just another safety. As soon as this pin here comes out, that should come right out, which it's pretty rusty. All right, that's it. So we'll put this other safety off to the side. So next we're going to take off the caliper, but we're not taking the whole caliper off. This is really easy. Only half of this caliper comes off. So this is 17. I'm going to break this top bolt. Okay, so I'm on the driver's side, and these bolts go up to loosen. So that's a good tip. I just did the passenger side, and those broke down. All right, now we'll get a ratchet on there and break these right off. Probably do it by hand now. See, this whole part here is just gonna come right off. All right, so now let's get this top one out of there. You can see how this whole thing comes off like in half. There you go. And that's it. See, in this half caliper, the pad is still sitting on there. Everything's freed up now with the caliper. Pads are out, and let's get this rotor off. It looks pretty rusted. There it goes. I gotta just show you all this rust. Well, you can see it down here. Look at all this rust coming off. Like, these might be original. All right, there you go. That's it. There's your old one. Pretty rusty. All right, so on the hub here, I kind of like to spray this off with a little brake clean, just to get all them rough spots. And then I'm going to do, I mean, this is rusted so bad, I'm going to do a little bit of grease inside there once it dries off. All right, so anywhere there's like rust buildup, you don't want this anywhere actually like on the brakes, but behind here is okay. You know, inside this hub, this mounting surface, just a little bit, just to prevent, you know, more rust. So, and this is actually a WD-40 gel lube. It lasts a really long time. All right, in the package is these replacement like little shims. It just says they're on there to shim the brake pad and make it a little bit quieter. They just sit right on top of there. So we'll put new ones on. So next is our new brake rotor. We're going to install that, and we want to clean this thing off because from the factory, you know, this is raw steel, and there's like cosmoline or, you know, oil protectant. So we're going to spray this off, and look at all that stuff coming off. Let that air dry, give it a little wipe. That'll be ready for install. So if you don't do this, the brakes could ride, the pads could ride on that layer of oil, you know, for a little bit. Eventually they will break in, but this is the proper break-in procedure. You want to wipe all that stuff off, get a little spray. Okay, ready for install. All right, next is our rotor, and it just slides in place right there, and that's it. Let's go ahead and put our brakes up. So I got one lug nut just sitting there, so this thing kind of sits in place, and we'll go ahead and get our caliper in. All right, so next we're going to load this caliper up with a new pad. So this sits like this, see, and then here's our, see how that sits there, and then we're going to put a shim through there, and it'll hold one of them up. That one, get this one. Okay, so now that is ready to load. So next we're gonna get our new pad. We've got our bottom loaded up, and this one is gonna kind of sit in there, and then you'll see we'll get our pins. It just kind of sits there, and we'll get our pins to line up. So we kind of need to bring this up and have this piece a little bit higher. See how that's going to go in there. Just start like that. Okay, so there you go. We got that one pin, and now we can grab our bolt, kind of start this back one by hand. Hose is kind of in the way, but it's always easier to do the top one because it's hanging. So we'll get this bottom bolt started, and then we're going to take that pin out again, but you'll see here for that safety clip. Well, we just want to get this started. So these kind of just float inside there. All right, I'm gonna put a tool on this and tighten these up a little bit more. All right, so I got that top one bit on there. So see, look at that. It's just gonna bring it in. I'll make that tighter. And I kind of do these a little bit even Just keep going here, nice and tight, and then I'm going to take this top pin out for our safety. Okay, so this safety, next I kind of got this top one slid out, and this rides just like that. So this is going to be on top, so we really just slide this one out, and then that goes in there all the way back, and then these go in the top of the pads. And there you go, that's your safety there. Now we can hammer these in, and we'll do our other safety clip, and it goes right in those holes. And then we'll do the top one. I have to turn a little bit, but that's it. So that's it, everything's installed. We'll turn this wheel and we'll be ready to put the tires on. So this is all complete. This job is done. We got our 2 safety clips in, our shims, and we're ready to put the wheel back on and go for a test drive. So thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. This is kind of, I'm not going to use this.
What?
It's just messed up my video. Thank you.
I'm sorry.